Sup shooters, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to SP Reviews, where today we're going to be checking out a track from an artist named J Spaz titled The Goat. Without further ado, we're going to switch over here to Spotify, where we do indeed have a goat as the art for this track, and we're going to listen to the goat and we're going to hear what we think. Start and boom. Wait, hang on. Is that a da-da-da-da-da-da? We've got a kind of like a triplet feel to this. Or is that a 6/8? I'm liking the atmosphere and how sort of cinematic this is. This is really interesting. It's really interesting to hear an artist take a risk like with a single with an intro this long, because usually people are sort of really rushing to get in there, right? They're really rushing to get in there with that hook, or the verse comes in, there's no time wasted. But I'm actually digging the fact that J Spaz is taking his time with this and sort of like letting it ride a little bit with the instrumental section. I assume that the next part's gonna be quite heavy.
Shoulders. I started off as a pawn, made it to the other side of the board. Now I'm the king. Yeah, I ride horses. Yeah, I'm talking Porsche. Yeah, I'm talking foreign. Yeah, I speak it fluent. Yeah, she suck my dick with a whole lot of spit. That's how I like it to do it. I don't even know how these bitches I be screwing.
Damn, man. I love it. I love the fact that he's rolling with that 6/8 groove on there. Dude, he's got the blowjobs going on, man. He's talking about his cars. He's talking about how he's made it across the chessboard. I dig it. I got a lot of love for that, man. I'm loving that bravado.
All I know is when I'm posting bitches viewing. All I know is when I come, they keep on chewing. So all I do is when I come, I made a name off a mixtape. Take over movement, 100 shows, run the tri-state. If you see me, thought I had a big break. Killing Instagram started on MySpace. Who'da thought I end up in a top 8? Still selling rapper weed to their favorite rapper. Never been to church, but I know the path. If you wanna make cake, I can show you how to make the batter. You think your bitch is bad, I done fucked the flea batter. Yeah, I'm about my G's, yeah, just like a packet. Yeah, I got cases pending, but that shit don't matter. My lawyer gon' eat that shit up like a platter. Hey, bitch, I got shooters on standby. You don't wanna be a victim of a drive-by. Talking 187 with 2 mega level.
Oh wow, we got really heavy in it for a moment there. This guy has got away with words, hasn't he? I know that's probably something you hear a lot, so I'm gonna try and elaborate on that. What I mean is that he masterfully switches from subject to topic in a way that is just so smooth. What's the drums, man? The drums are they're so energetic in this song. They're so interesting. Some of those like placements of like those really kind of like an 808 kind of kick or something like that. Dum dum dum. I love how it's not boring. I'm loving how the percussion isn't just kick, snare, and then like tripler hi-hats every so often. It's and just the 6/8 groove in this is not like a 4/4 timing, and you got that piano the whole way. This is a very unique experience for me. I'm loving this. Those vocal samples are kind of nice. I like the fact that he's got sometimes the vocal samples as little sort of there's end sections, sometimes on the right, sometimes with the left, but it adds a little bit of extra personality to it so that you get a better idea of who J Spaz is. But I still walk like I know where I'm going. I got my head on my shoulders. I started off as a pawn, made it to the other side of the board. Oh, I get it.
Yeah, I ride horses. Yeah, I'm talking Porsche. Yeah, I'm talking foreign. Yeah, I speak it fluent. Yeah, she suck my dick with a whole lot of spit. That's how I like it to do it. Now that she done, I look at that bitch like she's stupid. Yeah, you got it twisted. Yeah. Shit,
man. Sorry. I know. I'm still the jury is up on whether like I swear in these reviews or not. I try to do it less just because sometimes YouTube gets angry about it. For real, that's actually a really slick hook. It's kind of very understated, matter of fact, as if J Spaz has nothing to prove, despite the fact he is greatest of all time. Dude, I would buy it. The story he's telling is very believable. You know, like, I want to trust him. He sounds like he's got all this, everything together, dude. Anyone who's still making music since, like, the MySpace era, I think if I understood that correctly, like, that's genuinely respectful, man. MySpace was awesome, dude. I miss it. I used to play with them glad bags. I graduated the
trash bags. We was down kissing to getting the racks up. We wanna smoke with any nigga try and match us. Unsigned, who the fuck you think is hot as me? He ain't spaz on the go, he just copy me. Rippers, believe it or not, is a lie to me. How you all in my comments don't follow me? The last nigga I checked had a check mark. Nail in the dirt, the rub behind walls, I can't get any worse. And that is the best part. I gotta...
Just sorry to interrupt. I know people listening to this maybe get frustrated because I pause at random points. It's just these little things you notice, right? I'm loving there's like a bit of sizzle when he's gets like really kind of when he really has something to say. He adds a little bit of extra oomph behind it, and he's actually double taking that, and I adore it. It's a nice kind of contrast between his sort of verses and his sort of pre-choruses. This guy's he's kind of got his own kind of style, hasn't he? And which is kind of funny because I think if I understood correctly in the lyrics just then, he was talking about how people are accusing him of copying other people or how there's sort of people in the comments giving him crap and stuff like that. No, he's his own sort of artist. He's his own sort of rapper, you know?
All my bitches got fat as the stretch marks. But I still walk like I know where I'm going. I got my head on my shoulders. I started off as a pawn, made it to the other side of the board. Now I'm the king. Yeah, I ride horse. Yeah, I'm talking Porsche. Yeah, I'm talking foreign. Yeah, I speak it fluent. Yeah, she suck my dick with a whole lot of spit. It's how I like it to do it.
Great. Like, for real. I know that great's a kind of a very sort of generic word. Just the confidence in this musical theme, this concept with those kind of semi-distorted kicks. That 16th note kind of, that 16th note rhythm in 6/8, like this is quite progressive for hip hop, you know, and rap compared to a lot of the stuff I get in. Damn, man, J Spaz is something else, dude. Wow, I'm actually really intrigued. Oh wow, he's had a hell of a life, hasn't he, dude? Going from drive-bys to talking about comment sections and stuff like that, talking about his. I don't get the feeling that this guy is necessarily satisfied with where he's at in terms of his career as a musician and just his general sort of as a human being. I think he's the kind of guy who's just going to continue growing every day, despite the fact that he's no longer that poor, and it's just in terms of the way this track has been done, I can't really fault it. This is just a really cleanly executed performance. He's sort of slain anybody that was saying, hey, no, this guy's kind of doing a sort of half-assed interpretation of it. No, J Spaz is his own sort of enigma. It's actually a reasonably fitting title, like for real. I do wonder where he's going to go from here with this, whether he's going to continue, maybe, like, I don't know, maybe he's released albums in the past or EPs or whatever, but if this is the capacity that J Spaz has as a musician, and if he continues to grow, I think he's going to do great things. It'd be cool to hear him do some collaborations with other artists that are kind of on the same level as him, whether he'd sort of talk more about his life, his journey, kind of coming up from someone who is reasonably new to where he's at. Like, maybe that would be something cool to explore in an EP or an album. But yeah, I guess I'll have to look through the rest of his discography to figure that out. Just in terms of his vocal performance, obviously was on point. There were some really interesting little rhythmic changes that he did throughout. Like, he obviously is very eloquent and he states himself very well in the track. You can hear everything he's saying very clearly. There's no stutters. You know, it's a polished musician. It's exemplary, and the intensity of the rest of the orchestration, including in the hook, and even that pre-chorus where things kind of got a little bit sort of more in that mids and highs and got a bit rid of the lows for just a sec. It fits together very well, very stylistically cohesive. Yeah, I haven't really got any sort of notable criticisms of this track. Sometimes I get musicians and they're like, please find fault with our music. And it's like, no, it's good. It's really good. But yeah, well done to J Spaz for the GOAT, the greatest of all time. It was a really fun. I had fun with it. You know, it was a hell of a journey. And I mean, at 3 minutes 22, with about 45 seconds worth of instrumental on either side and 2 hooks, that was great use of real estate. J Spaz did everything he needed to in that time. No words were minced. You know what I mean? Really respectful of the listener's attention span. Nowadays, you need to be in and out, and I think J Spaz kind of made you work for it a little bit by listening to that kind of build. It was worth the wait. And yeah, again, I'll be keeping an eye out for J Spaz in future. But that is my review of The GOAT, Greatest of All Time by J Spaz. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Please do check out J Spaz's various social medias, including, if you want to follow him on his Instagram, J Spaz the GOAT, the Greatest of All Time. I'll put a link here at the bottom so you can check that out. And stay cool and stay safe. Please also remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as you need the hell more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. And I will catch you in the next review. Spider hands out.